this because, you know, we said it beforehand. They have got to win. They had to win.
They do, and in 3 weeks' time they could be out of competition. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, if they come third to go into the Europa League, sometimes I think it's better off just going fourth and get on with the Premier League. But listen, if you look at their squad, like I've been looking at it all night, I was looking at it earlier today. They haven't built on last season. If you take into consideration the people they've bought, I'm sorry for harping on again Janssen and Sissoko, but they haven't improved the squad, and yet they've paid big money. I would be asking questions like Eamon said earlier, is it Pochettino buying the players? I think Daniel Levy in the past has been, you know, people have pointed the finger at him for him actually buying players rather than the manager, but they haven't won in 6 games now, and their next 4 is, they've got 3 London derbies, Arsenal, West Ham and Chelsea, and they've got Monaco away in 3 weeks' time. That's their next 4 games, so they could easily go, you know, 10 without a win, easily after watching that tonight.
Which would be a proper crisis for them.
Yeah, because on the list of managers, coaches that are highly regarded in the Premier League, Pochettino's name is always on that list. And I think Damien's right about the buys in the summer. I'd add Wanyama. I don't think they needed another big, strong midfield player. What they needed was a bit of guile. You have to note that Harry Kane is a terrific player, not playing tonight, and Alderweireld, the centre-half, isn't playing. But, you know, Damien's right about the bench as well. There's nothing on there. Danny Rose is the England left-back, a very good player, but his replacement tonight, Davis, is a good player anyway. There's something wrong, lack of energy. I think there were several shots, cutaways to Pochettino standing on the touchline, and he looked to be deep in thought, and I think he was. And of course, you know, they set the bar for themselves last season. They only imploded at Chelsea, and that handed the league to Leicester. But they were contending. So you do expect, naturally, an improvement the following season. What we saw on the evidence of tonight was a dramatic reverse. There was no energy. There was no shape to the team. And Sissoko is not a player at all. Wanyama, not a player at all. Janssen, not a player at all. When you're talking about winning Premier Leagues and being one of the top clubs, which Tottenham expect to be. But I don't think at that club, they've had Harry Redknapp there, really good coach Harry, he did a great job there. Gareth Bale they sold, Modric they sold. Who's making the big decisions about who stays, who goes and who comes in? And that's at the heart, I think, of the problem. I also think the Wembley factor is massive. I think it is very significant. It's soulless. And the West Ham are having the same problem at the London Olympic Arena. These are soulless places. White Hart Lane is, you know, it's an inferno of passion, but very, very close.
From their point of view, you know, like what, 85,000 people at Wembley tonight, like financially, they sold a lot of tickets for it. It would have been less than 36 at White Hart Lane. And because the redevelopment of White Hart Lane is moving further even more next season, they're going to be playing home Premier League games at Wembley as well, so they better get used to this place.
Well, they have to get used to, but yeah, 85,000 is a great number, but if you've been at the new Wembley and you see how vast and how big it is, it's very hard to create an atmosphere, and 25,000 at White Hart Lane probably make more noise than 85,000 at Wembley. The problem with Spurs, when the lads talk about being title challengers, for me they've never been a title challenger. They haven't been last year, they've not been this season, because the problem is always when you punch above your weight, where do expectations go? I think last season they played a tremendous season, missed out on second place on the last day, finished third. Tremendous job. Because if you look at the squad now, if you offer me the chance to manage a Premier League team tomorrow, I'd pick 6 teams ahead of them. So I don't even think they should be in the top 6 if you look at their team. Damien mentioned...
Why don't you fancy them?
No, because they... What sets them apart from other teams is their discipline, is their organisation and their character. But character only gets you so far. If you look at the depth or the substance they've got, as Eamon mentioned, they needed some guile. Apart from Eriksen, apart from Kane, they've got nobody. One of them is injured, struggled to score goals. You look at Sissoko, not really. Lamela is out. Ali's got the potential, but he's a young player. And this team's only got one gear. This is 5th gear. They play against a team like Man City at home. They press them high, they turn the ball over, and they outrun and overrun them. And they're capable of doing that, and they did it last season. I think this season people know about them. Teams know about them. I think they know how to play against them, because if you give them a ball, If you give them the ball, they won't hurt you because they are incapable of breaking up defences. I think the danger is always with them. If you want to play and they turn over the ball in your own half, this is when they're dangerous. So, tonight they showed again, if it goes well, if they turn the ball over early in the opposition's half, they can hurt you. But they've only got one way of playing, a bit similar to Liverpool. Even though Liverpool got a lot more quality going forward, you need to mix it up and you need to vary your game. And I'm yet to see it because they haven't got enough nous, enough knowledge about the game. They're runners, they're units, they're physical. Have they got enough nous about the game? No. And Leverkusen had it tonight.
Yeah.
This is why they won the game.